I don't need a knight in shining armor. All I needed was a lap dance. I even wore my pants for this. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Raphael and I am here to review season 13, episode 3 of The Real Housewives with Their Legs Wide Open of Beverly Hills. So we start the episode off with everyone arriving at their hotel in Vegas. They want to get a quick luncheon before they go out tonight, but Garcelle, she's ready to go out now. So she tells them, okay everybody, I'm all dressed and ready to go. I'm ready to go find a man. Exactly, Garcelle, exactly. You see, she's doing Vegas correctly. But Erika tells her, Garcelle, we need to eat first before we go out tonight. So Garcelle, she joins everyone at the table. She tells them, so we need to have some type of intervention for Sutton and her dating life before she ends up living alone with 10 cats. For some reason, she can't get past the first date. And then we see in a flashback with Crystal, because that's all Crystal is nowadays on this show, just flashbacks and memories and nothing more. She was asking Sutton about the guy that she was sending pictures to from her bathtub. What? Sutton sending dirty pictures from her bathtub? Say it ain't so. You know, not Miss Classy, not Miss, oh, I'm too good for that trashy behavior later on in the episode. It can't be that Sutton, right? So then Dorit was just like, hold on, my baby. What's going on with your dating life? What's going on with this guy? Please tell us more. So then Sutton goes on to explain that, yeah, she was talking to this guy. He came over. They had a good time. So she texted him to go on a second date to fly out to New York together. And he never replied to her. And could you imagine somebody wanting to go on a second date with you and that's their version of a second date? Like if somebody's texting me, hey, Raphael, you want to fly? Yes. I don't even need to read the rest of the message. If you want to fly me out and you're paying for it, I'm down. You know, because nowadays, men, they think that a second date is a walk around the park and then you go to Applebee's together, you get some hot wings, the buffalo kind, some margaritas, you're having awkward conversation. Eventually the bill comes, he takes out his credit card, you take out your credit card, so you decide to split the bill. You walk into his car in the parking lot, you two have an awkward hug, so you get inside your car, you're driving home blasting Celine Dion. Once you get home, you block him on Instagram. But I'm not talking about me though, I'm just saying in general, that's how it goes, right? And it sucks to get ghosted. But then again, you know, I've never been ghosted, so, you know, I can't relate. You know, they call me the Ghostbuster, so sucks to suck, Sutton. But then again, I'm single, so what does that say? So she goes on to say, yeah, like, look, I have the messages right here. She starts reading them like, I like your triceps. Ugh. And they all start laughing at her. And obviously I missed the joke because I don't see what's the problem with her complimenting his triceps. Is that something that you don't do in the dating world? Let me know because I'm not trying to end up like Sutton. So Kyle, she accidentally starts FaceTiming the guy, and then Sutton turns into a damn dinosaur because she starts screaming at the top of her lung, Kyle, give me my phone back, Kyle! And I'm like, Sutton, shut up. Like, this is why the guy didn't text you back. So eventually they all start getting ready for their Magic Mike show. We see Garcelle and Sutton, they're in their rooms, and Sutton is looking for her white pants, specifically because Erika had told him, if you want to get on stage tonight, you have to wear pants. Sutton, she wants to get her freak on, so she's looking for her pants. She can't find those pants, so she texts her assistant, aka her property manager, Avi, come to my room. So he comes over, Garcelle, she's getting herself together, and she tells Avi, you're in trouble right now. He's looking at Garcelle like, oh, really? And I'm like, what's going on here? And why is he so scared of Sutton? He goes up to Sutton. Sutton is looking at him like, so, you know, where's my pants? You know, because I was looking in my closet and they're not there. So, what's the problem? Like, do you want to die tonight? And I'm like, absolutely not. Like, Avi is much better than me. Like, you are not speaking to me like that, even if you are joking. Because at first I thought it was a joke, but she just kept going on and she wouldn't drop it. And if I was Avi, I would have told her, and what are you gonna do if they're not in there? Don't make me call Diana Jenkins. So he goes in her closet, and what does he find? The white pants. He gives it to her, and Sutton had the nerve and the audacity to say, so are you gonna apologize for not packing it correctly? Sutton, come over here for a second. Who the fuck are you talking to? Like, it's definitely not me. It's certainly not I you're talking to because you obviously lost your damn mind. And that season 11 version of Sutton was slowly coming out this episode, and it was not a cute look at all, Sutton. That was not cute. And speaking of not cute, Garcelle. Garcelle, you are so beautiful, but these fashions, because I see her steaming like this pink shirt, and all I'm thinking is, please let that be her pajamas. Please let that be her pajamas. But unfortunately, that's what she's wearing to the Magic Mike show, and I just don't see her vision when it comes to clothes because her looks are either a hit or miss, and 9 times out of 10, it's a miss, and it's just so much potential with Garcelle, but she even tells her glam squad, what do you think about my pink outfit? And they lied to her and they're like, oh yeah, it looks good. No, it doesn't. And speaking of glam squad, we see Kyle and Dorit helping each other get ready because neither one of them brought a glam squad to Vegas with them, which Kyle, okay, but Dorit, I am very shocked because she doesn't even use the toilet without putting on glam. So the fact that she came to Vegas with no glam squad? Very suspicious, especially after that last episode where PK was blowing all the money. $5 million for that necklace, all those fancy dresses, the fancy hotel. Did he go through the glam squad budget too, Dorit? So it's finally time for the Magic Mike show that Erika put together for Crystal. So they all get together, and Kyle and Crystal, I like both their looks. I thought they looked nice. Until Erika Jane walked out. She looked real good. I'm looking at her like, damn bitch, is it your birthday or Crystal's? And she's looking at that stack of money that Sutton has for the dancers, and you could just tell that she's salivating in her mouth like, I can definitely use that money that she's holding to pay off some lawyers. So we finally get the show on the go. They get to the stage, they have their seats. So then the show starts and there's a bunch of beautiful men on stage with no shirts on, doing sexy choreography. But did anybody see that one guy on stage by himself with nothing but a cowboy hat over his dick, and then he took off his underwear? Give me 1 second. Let me just look up the prices of those tickets and let me book a flight real quick and a hotel. Stand by. I'll do it later. I remember when I was last in Vegas, I think I've been to Vegas like 2 or 3 times. I promised myself the next time I go, I wanted to go to this show called Thunder from Down Under. But you know what? I'll take this too. But whew, it looked like such a fun show. So then eventually we get the portion of where the housewives have to get on stage, right? So then the dancers, they come up to their seats. They get Crystal, of course, it's her birthday. They get Erika, of course. And you know Sutton was sitting there like, yep, I wore my pants today. Yep. Any minute now, they're gonna come get me. There goes Crystal. Okay, it's her birthday. There goes Erika. Hey, Erika. Okay, there she goes. Okay. Any minute now, they're gonna come get me. Just any minute. Just give it 1 more second. And they never came for her. I felt slightly bad for Sutton because she's already going through low self-esteem issues, getting ghosted, not getting second dates. So I'm pretty sure that this was like a huge blow to her stomach. I felt bad for her, but then I remember how she was acting with Abby. And I'm like, Sutton, you kind of already turned me off this episode. And then you throwing that huge tantrum on somebody else's birthday and making it about you. Like, I get you're hurt and I get your pride and everything. Self-esteem is all hurt. I understand that. It's completely valid. But it's your friend's birthday. Like, there's no need for you to act like a brat. Like, back on stage, we see Erika and Crystal getting a lap dance. Crystal, they're throwing her up in the air like a frisbee. Then she starts straddling the dancers and they start dancing on her, grinding on her, and humping on her. And see, if it was me, I would have left the stage thinking, so what are we? Like, damn, that was good. But she was having fun, right? It's her 40th birthday. Meanwhile, Erika Jane, she must have paid for the VIP package, the very important pussy, because I'm not sure what was going on there, but I was here for it though. They were dancing on her, they're grind on me, relax your mind. So fun fact, I think I've said this before, but like over 10 years ago, I wanted to be like not a stripper, but like a go-go dancer or something like this in New York City. And I actually got it at this club, but then the owner he was kind of sleazy. So I said, never mind. But that was always one of my fantasies back in the day. But Erika Jane, they're dancing on her. They're giving her, the usual. But then All of a sudden, she gets on the floor and she starts flopping around like a wet fish. And next thing you know, all I see is all I see is both of her legs go up in the air and then they basically touch the back of her head. I'm like, wow, that's pretty impressive. But I know that her joints, her bones, and her back were probably aching the next day. I know she probably needed like 2 icy packs. But that was impressive. She's all stretched out. Her dancer is all over her. He's grinding on her. And next thing you know, we see his entire face disappear between her legs. And I'm like, now wait a minute. What part of the program is this? I don't remember this being on the schedule, but he makes his way down there to Erika's woo-ha, and next thing you know, he puts his entire nose in Erika's pussy. Like, it was so deep in her pussy that he could probably smell her lawsuits from 2 years ago. And then in the confessional, they ask Erika, oh, has Tom ever danced like this for you? Okay, turn the episode off. I'm turned off. Like, why would you even ask that in the middle of us watching that? Like, imagine Tom... Hold on. Imagine... The only rolling around that he did was in his car. 5 times specifically. So regardless, we see Erika doing all of that. The guy's just dancing on her. He's doing all of that. Crystal's having fun. Meanwhile, Sutton, she's in the bleachers and she's like this the whole entire time. Gosh darn it. Not on my watch. Gee willikers. I wore these pants for nothing. Fuck it. And I'm like, Sutton, relax. It's Crystal's birthday. Like, just have fun with it. Garcelle, of course, she's acting all concerned like, Sutton was wrong. Like, Garcelle, if I was you, ignore her. Enjoy the show. Like, let her have her little tantrum. Dorit and Kyle, they're looking like 2 proud moms. Like, that's my friend up there. I know Kyle wanted to get on stage and do her sorry-ass split again for the 100th time. Sutton can't take it anymore, so she gets up and she storms out. She starts cursing at production like, get this fucking microphone off me. I'm over this. This is disgusting. What are they doing on stage? Yet you came dressed, ready to get on stage to do the same thing as Erika and Crystal. Maybe not Erika specifically, but I'm pretty sure that you were willing to get tossed around and to straddle a couple of dancers. You even brought a stack of dollars for them, but yet now you're holier than thou. Now you're Mother Teresa. Now you're too classy for this, right? And then she starts yelling out that she's part of the American Ballet Theater, and nobody gives a fuck, Sutton. I'm pretty sure that there's some freaks on the American Ballet Theater that are willing to come to Vegas, come to the show, and do the same thing that maybe not Erika, but the same thing as Crystal is doing. So, so she goes into the bathroom, she's crying, she's throwing a tantrum as usual. Garcelle goes looking after Sutton. Meanwhile, it's Kyle's turn to get on stage. So she gets up there, she's laying on the ground. The dancer, he's over her in a 69 position, and he starts grinding his body, his crotch is in her face. He starts licking whipped cream off her chest and off her legs, and... Hold on, let me go look for those damn tickets. And I want the Erika Jane treatment too. I don't want the basics. I want all of this. So Kyle, she gets off stage. She goes after Sutton and Garcelle. Supposedly, she said she was going to the bathroom, right? She asks Sutton what's the problem, but Sutton refuses to answer honestly. She's making up every excuse in the book like, oh, I have an image to withhold. I don't like that they were doing that on stage. I'm a part of this society. I'm a superhero. I just can't be seen doing stuff like that. Kyle, she's just looking at her like, like, Kyle was all of us because I'm not buying it. Like, it's so obvious she was bitter because she didn't get chosen on stage, rightfully so, but there's no reason for you to throw this giant tantrum on somebody else's birthday. And Kyle is like, oh, you have an image to maintain, you have a brand, because that's her new excuse. I have a brand to withhold. I have a brand. I'm a brand. And what brand is that? A Karen? Somebody who throws tantrum? A big baby? A woman who wears kitties on her sweaters? So she's walking by and she tells Kyle, you're such a bitch. And Kyle is like, you are not gonna call me a bitch. Now you're acting like a bitch. She's bobbing her head at Sutton. You're acting like a bitch right now. You need to stop acting like a bitch. And I'm like, damn, Kyle. I'm like, but I kind of like that. So eventually they walk out and Kyle starts texting Crystal. we need to go. We need to go because Sutton is upset. Now, if I was Crystal and it's my birthday, absolutely not. This would have been me. Let's see. Is this, whose number is this? Oh, Kyle. Sutton is upset. Oh, okay. I don't give a fuck. Middle finger emoji, middle finger emoji. Bye-bye, I'll see you later. Woo, go Erika, go Erika. So Crystal, she's like, we gotta go. Guys, we gotta go. And Erika, I was with Erika. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to support my friends. So Crystal, she's freaking out. And I'm like, Crystal, relax, all right? Like, it's already 3 episodes in. We barely have any scenes with you. I'm pretty sure nothing's gonna happen. After the show is done, Erika, she goes to greet her dancers, the dancers that she's friends with. She's telling them, oh my God, my baby, I love your dance moves. I love the strip show. I had so much fun. Thank you so much for inviting me. Your dance moves were very chic. Erika, she's like, you know what? Fuck those other bitches outside. But, you know, thank you for coming. I had a really good time. So eventually, both of them, they make their way out to the sprinter van. We're thinking something's going to happen. They get on the sprinter van. Nothing happened. Erika, she's annoyed, like I would be. Like, okay, you're throwing a tantrum for what? Sutton starts explaining to Erika that the reason why she was upset was because she was spread eagle on the stage and she doesn't approve of that type of behavior. Erika, she was just like, but you knew what it was when you came here. Like, you knew what type of show this was. And then Crystal was like, so Sutton, if we're not upset at what was going on stage, why are you upset? Like, nobody here is judging each other, so why are you judging? And I'm like, ooh. Not Crystal finally trying to get some camera time. And then Sutton was just like, well, I just didn't like that, blah, blah, blah. Erika, she didn't give in. She's like, look, you're not ruining my mood. I had a really good time. I told you I gave up fighting for Lent, so I'm not going back and forth with you. That's that. And I just kept thinking, imagine if Lisa Rinna was on this season and she was here, she would have made this whole entire situation into like a 20 episode thing. This probably would have gone on for like season 14, 15, maybe even 16. So they stop by this restaurant to get some food and drinks. And as they're at the table, Sutton tells Erika, I just want to say I'm sorry for my behavior if I did a little bit too much. Erika, she was unbothered and she was just like, it's completely fine. It's okay. It's no problem. We're good. And I'm like, are you sure? Like, you don't want to say anything else? But that was it. So Garcelle, she asks everyone, so what are we doing again tomorrow? Because I'm going out with my son. Dorit, she tells Garcelle, you know, I just really think that the relationship that you have between you and your son is beautiful. Like, I don't want to overstep my boundaries, but I just want to say, Garcelle, you're a really phenomenal mother, and I love the relationship that you and your oldest son have. It's very beautiful. It's very chic. But then we find out in the confessional that Garcelle does not feel comfortable talking about her children anymore to this group specifically after everything that happened last season. I'm actually still shocked that she could even talk to Erika to this very day. And I get disgusted all over again every time I see that flashback of PK and Mauricio making jokes about the whole Jack situation. Like, so gross. But then they start playing this card game and every card has a different question. Dorit, she picks up the first one and it's, what artist do you like having sex to? Well, Crystal, she says CeeLo Green, I believe. And then Dorit says Boys to Men. And I mean, could you imagine? You know, you're trying to set the mood. You put the music on. I make love to you when you want me to, and I'll hold you tight. And then you open up your eyes and PK is there. Ugh. Like, okay, Dorit, I mean, I hope the music is on full blast. But then the next question is, how often do you have sex? Oh, by the way, my sexy song is the Pussycat Dolls, Buttons. Like that song will always make me transform into a nasty, slutty, gutter type of hoe. But then I believe Kyle is like, how often do you have sex? Sutton says that if she had somebody, she will require it 2 times a day. And Garcelle had me dying in the confessional. She was like, 2 times a day? With her schedule, with her cats, her dogs, her feet. I'm not sure how she's gonna find time to have sex. And then Erika was just like, you know, I just pictured Sutton to be like the worst lay ever. I mean, if she's throwing a tantrum for you opening up your legs, I could only imagine. The next question is, what's the best compliment you received? Crystal says that hers is having the perfect nipples. Dorit was looking at her like, hold on, wait a minute, my baby. Hold on, what do you mean the perfect nipples? I did not expect that. Crystal, she looks over at her and she's like, well, you should. I'm just kidding, but you know Dorit was shaking for those 2 seconds. And if I was Crystal, I would have made that my whole entire storyline this season. Like, we finally got some camera time from your birthday episode, yet you just blew it. You were just like, oh no, I'm just kidding. You should have just blown the whole thing out of proportion by telling her, wow, on my birthday, you want to come at me on my birthday by telling me that I don't have perfect nipples? Okay, fine, Dorit. You should have gotten up, stormed out, and just throw a whole tantrum and extend this whole thing to the very reunion, and then forgiven her at the reunion. That way you could start fresh and have a storyline for this season. But instead, in the confessional, she was like, of course Dorit doesn't know anything about a perfect nipple. She hasn't seen a real body part in 10 years. And I'm like, well, damn. I was so shocked. I'm like, where did that come from? Like, that wasn't even like a little shady. That was like a whole damn tree. So the following morning, everyone's waking up to get breakfast, except Kyle. Kyle, she has been in the gym since 5 o'clock in the morning working out. Or at least that's what she says, right? Because I personally feel like she probably told the camera crew, okay, make sure that you have footage of me working out, doing my crunches. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's enough. I'm going back to bed. So they all get together to eat breakfast. Garcelle, she tells them, you know, that conversation that I was having about my son Oliver last night at the restaurant, I just felt like I was being a little bit disgenuine by not telling you all that I don't feel comfortable talking about my children with all of you, specifically Kyle, Dorit, and Erika. So you would think that they'll just tell her, you know what, it's understandable, you know, what happened last season was a lie, it's understandable, it's gonna take time, we get it. But no, what did Dorit specifically do? She made it about herself. She tells Garcelle, Garcelle, I'm just so lost and I'm confused because I thought that me and you, we got over this issue. You know, it's been a year. Why are you still holding on to this? And I promise you, Dorit, Kyle, and Erika, I promise all 3 of you, if Garcelle would have talked about any of your children the way, you know, Erika spoke to Jax, I promise you this whole show would have been shut down. Because if it was the other way around, you probably would have held a grudge towards Garcelle to the point where you probably wanted her off the show. So please stop. And then the fact that you're telling her, oh, it's been a year, why haven't you moved on from this? We could say the same thing to you in this fake-ass robbery situation from 2 years ago that you're still victimizing yourself over. Like, Dorit, please stop. And then the fact that you have to tell Garcelle, oh, I didn't laugh at Jax, I didn't laugh, I told Erika to stop. Okay, but you didn't say anything to your gross-ass husband, PK, next to you when he was laughing and making jokes to Mauricio. You didn't have a mouth then, right? So again, it's just crazy to me how she's blaming this whole situation on Garcelle and she's manipulating it to make it seem like she's the victim. Like, oh, Garcelle is wrong for speaking up. And Garcelle wasn't even coming at any of you in any type of way. All she was saying is that she feels this genuine because of X, Y, and Z. But you took it personal as if she's calling you a bitch or something, and she's not. Like, again, it's insane to me. Garcelle, she starts getting all emotional. She starts getting teary-eyed. She's getting up because now Dorit has an attitude. And Dorit, you were doing good this season so far, and you screwed it up by episode 3. Again, by doing the constant thing that you always do. You just listen just to talk. Listen just to talk, but you don't really listen. So, other than that, the whole episode was really fun to watch. I like seeing them participate at the Magic Mike show until Sutton became a full-on Karen. And I want to say that I'm surprised, but I'm not. And as for Dorit, you know, you were doing so good, Dorit, until you put your foot in your mouth these last couple of minutes of the episode. Like, so disappointing. But let me know what you all thought about this whole entire episode down in the comments. Bye, everybody. Mwah.